Hello, beautiful people of the universe. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Lin, and if you're new here, this is a safe space for me and you to have bold conversation, all things positive vibes with extra fun on it. So feel free to subscribe, like, comment, and share if this content helps you in any way. And so, yes, guys, today I'm super excited because we made it to the fourth episode of What Goes Unsaid with Lin. And I just can't believe we're still going, guys, and we're gonna keep on going. Anyway, I'm so glad that you made your few minutes to come out and hang out with me. I don't take that for granted. So with not wasting any more minutes, we're gonna get right into what we're supposed to be talking about today. And it's a very, for me, this is a very good conversation for myself. Hopefully it's gonna be good for you, or it's gonna help you in any way. So today we'll be talking about not or let's say how to not waste your 20s, or we can just title it something like stop wasting your 20s. Okay, any of those can work. But anyway, guys, so for me, this conversation is something that I have been having with my few friends. You just have random talks and we talk about this kind of topics. And for me, these are kind of topics that make me realize that, yeah, I'm not alone. Maybe a lot of people are going through this, and that's okay. Because if you are on your 20s, I'm gonna tell you this again: stop wasting your 20s. Like, if you're on your 20s, let me tell you, when I say stop wasting your 20s, I really mean this kind of wasting where you are literally maybe forcing issues, forcing friendship, forcing some shit doesn't even help in any way. Because when you're on your 20s, this is a really, like, I would call it funny age. And I mean, like, the funny part where you have no idea of what you are doing with your life. Oh, you gotta tell me this, because I am I I used to feel like, maybe I'm the only one who's feeling this way or something like that, until I just decided to not give myself so much pressure when it comes to thinking about what I want my life to be. Because if you're on your 20s, we just, as much as the community or the society or even our family members are putting us on a lot of pressure, we also give ourselves way too much pressure than anybody else. Believe me when I tell you that you give yourself so much pressure when you're on your 20s, more than anyone else could ever give it to you. Because you see, you go out there, you meet with your friends, maybe you are studying together in high school or even at primary school or something like that, and then you maybe, which is a good thing, their life is doing good, like they look good and all of that, and then you're there thinking to yourself, what am I not doing that I can be having this and that? Do you see how how wrapped up we are in our minds, and we just start thinking of how things aren't working out for us, things aren't really moving the way we want them to move. But let me tell you this: if you are on your 20s and you're just putting yourself in too much pressure, which is so unnecessary, because you having your life figured out doesn't mean that you can't have second thoughts. It doesn't mean that you can't back off or back up, or just have the thought of, okay, maybe I'm not doing enough. Okay, maybe I have to move to a certain place for my life to get better. Because for me right now, let me tell you, okay, believe me when I tell you this: if you're feeling lonely, if you're feeling like the world isn't on your side, if you're feeling like things aren't working out for you, if you're so frustrated with how things are working out for you, I'm gonna tell you this: you are not alone on this. You are not alone on all of these things that you feel like you aren't doing them right. You feel like this is not the right place for you, or this is not the kind of a group or friends that I should be having. Because we think so much when you just having to take a step forward, and you just don't have the realization that being on your 20s, it's supposed to be messy as hell. Let me tell you that being on your 20s doesn't mean you have to have all your shit together. You have no idea. I myself don't have my shit together. Literally, I don't, and we are still figuring out. You're gonna still figure out on what you like, on what you love, on what you don't like, because that's how your 20s are supposed to be. You're supposed to be out there figuring yourself out, getting the understanding, the concept of how the world work, of how things work, or even how people work, because the people are also mysterious. You may be having kind of friends who are just there, you guys maybe talk, but you have no idea of who this person is. Yes, your 20s are meant to be messy. They are meant to be crazy as hell. They are meant to not be at the right place. Your 20s are meant to be just messy. Let's just stand with the word messy, because we kind of don't realize that until you get at a certain age on your 20s and you're like, okay, so it's okay for me to not have my shit together. So it's okay for me to not be feeling myself, because your 20s, I mean, literally, if you're in your 20s, you guys can relate on this, because me, I used to think to myself, now I have reached my 20s, and yes, maybe I'm supposed to be having a stable job, I'm supposed to be having a stable relationship. It doesn't matter whether it's romantic relationship or even, friendship relationship. But I was putting myself in a lot of pressure, thinking, why is this and that not working for me? Why is this and that not happening for me? Until I realized that it's okay to feel like that. It's okay to not have your shit together, because you putting yourself through all that pressure, through all that unnecessary pressure, is just not okay at all. And I mean, literally not okay at all, because let the world, just block the world when it's giving you pressure, because the pressure is always going to be there. But what is not okay is for you to give yourself pressure. As I told you guys, you and most of us don't even realize how much time we are wasting with this kind of things. For instance, you're forcing a relationship to work. Doesn't matter what kind of a relationship. Maybe you are at a certain place where you feel like this is where you belong, but deep down you're not feeling okay, or you're not feeling like this is the place for me. Because sometimes we don't accept the things that are happening, we don't accept how things are working out, so we try to kind of push ourselves, or to kind of throw ourselves at a certain places where we don't even belong. And you trying to just be at a place where, or do things, or even concentrate on stuff that aren't helping you in any way. They aren't adding any zeros at your bank accounts. And then there you are, just pushing yourself there, trying to make shit work, or the shit that doesn't even, it's not even supposed to have you a second of your time. Because we waste our 20s trying to fit in, trying to make relationship works, trying to just people pleaser. You're just there pleasing people, not even realizing they don't even want to be there with you, or something like that. Because for me, that is something I did. You are gonna admit that, because for me, that is what I was doing. Let me just tell you honestly, because I used to feel like me being alone isn't supposed to like make me feel good, isn't supposed to make me feel whole being on my own. But let me tell you this, you may be in your 20s, you don't have friends, you don't have anybody you can call when you're feeling sad and all of that. But at the same time, you can be the happiest version of yourself when you are alone. Because being on your 20s it's fucking tricky. It's super, literally so tricky, so frustrating, so not even 100% of who you want to be. You don't have an idea of what kind of version you want to be. But being on your 20s is the most important part of it. It's the best part of life, because you get to realize that you have the entire universe. You have time to figure yourself out. You have all the space that you want. So stop wasting your 20s trying to please people. Stop wasting your 20s trying to fit in at places where you're not even supposed to be there the first place. Stop putting yourself in a lot of unnecessary pressure, as I said, guys, because you putting yourself in that old situation where you're giving yourself a lot of pressure and comparing yourself. It's not healthy at all. And that's why most of us, when we are on our 20s, we kind of don't understand how the universe works, because whatever you are thinking, or whatever you are portraying in your head, that's how you want the world to be. Which is funny, because I'm gonna tell you the truth, that is not how the world works. The world works on its own way. It's for you as a person to kind of adjust with how the world works, and to kind of just accept with how people are, with how things work out, because you can't control everything. You can't control tomorrow, you can't control any of that, but what you can control is this particular moment. At that particular moment, it doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter where you have come from, it doesn't matter how shitty you feel, it doesn't matter at all. What really matters is how okay you can be with being alone when you're in your 20s, with being on yourself, with not having friends, with not having the right job, with not having the amount of people on your phone to call when you're feeling sad and alone. But you can still be happy with yourself, you can still be okay with yourself. It doesn't matter how bad or how not okay you don't feel when you're alone, because being on your 20s and you're alone, it can also be the best part of life, because you get a chance to experience and to evolve and to just explore yourself, which is the best part of it. So stop wasting your 20s with unnecessary shit that you are doing and doesn't even help you in any way. For me, I'm always telling myself this: if anything I decide to engage myself with, if it's not adding any zeros at my on my bank accounts, or it's not helping in me personally in any way, it doesn't matter how it's gonna help you. But if it doesn't feel right, it doesn't, if you're not, if you know you're at a certain place and you act literally, you don't feel right, you don't feel okay, then why the hell are you doing there? What the hell are you doing there in the first place? Because you pleasing people, you're trying to make friendship works. It's not it's not something that you should be concentrating with right now. So stop wasting your 20s with a lot of shit that you're doing that isn't even helping you in any way. Because yo guys, as I told you, being on your 20s is meant to be messy, with all the kind of messiness that you're thinking about right now, with all the saddest parts of life. Your 20s are supposed to be that way. And if you're going through hard time, if you're feeling like you're alone, if you're feeling like things aren't working out for you, or if you're feeling like there's no hope for tomorrow, I'm gonna tell you this: just hold on to that little hope that you have. Hold on to yourself, because holding on to yourself means that you have a magic inside of you, knowing very well that you can use it when the time comes, or when you're feeling like maybe this is the time for me to just decide to make a difference onto my life. Because that doesn't mean that you are weird or you are out of place when you're feeling all these kind of feelings at the same time: alone, neglected, or forgotten, or invisible, or even not sure of how life is gonna work out for you. Because the right version of yourself is supposed to be found at this particular moment. You being on your 20s are supposed to make you explore yourself, explore your inner soul, and get the understanding of yourself. And instead of just focusing on the things that aren't helping you, I think you should be focusing more on getting to know yourself better, getting to know who you are, what you like, what you don't like, who you want to be, or what you want to be. Because being on your 20s, as I said, it's supposed to be messy, and that's okay. If you're on your 20s right now and you feel like the shitty world isn't working out for you, or there's nowhere for you to be, or nowhere for you to just be with your soul, with yourself, and all of that, you're not alone. You are not alone, and that doesn't mean that you are out of place or you are late or all of that. That means that you are heading somewhere. You thinking about it means that you want to make something out of yourself. That means that you have inner self version of you who is literally so driven to a better, bigger future. Because when you just spend some time alone when you're in your 20s, I think you get the more understanding of how things work out, of how the universe works out, of how people are, or how you are as an individual. You get the understanding of the capabilities of how you can just make a difference onto your life. So stop wasting your 20s with unnecessary pressure that you're putting onto yourself. Stop wasting your 20s with yourself trying to fit in. As I said, guys, stop wasting your 20s and just get up and just start with wherever you have. Start with wherever you have at that particular moment. Don't wait for a magic to come out of nowhere, because believe me, you have all of that. You have all the magic, all the inspiration, all the motivation, all the incredible things of the universe in you. Whatever you are looking for out there, whatever you are chasing for out there, you have it within yourself. So stop trying to wait for people, try to wait for materialistic stuffs to come and make you feel whole, because you as a person, you as a human being, you have all the things that you're looking for out there. And I think that's why most of us, we go through depression, we go through mental health issues, because we are not honest with ourselves. We are not so transparent with ourselves. We spend a lot of times thinking, or spending a lot of times trying to look for things out there, trying to, wait for people to come and make us feel like we are important, or we are enough, or we are good, instead of just looking at yourself in the mirror and stop being unrealistic with yourself. Be honest with yourself, and just be okay with who you are. It doesn't matter. Honestly, don't let people make you feel like whoever you are isn't beautiful. Stop allowing people to make you feel like you being yourself, being your authentic self, isn't the best version of yourself. Because let me tell you, people will make you do a lot of things so that you can, I don't know why we kind of allow that to happen. I honestly don't, but we try to please people so fucking much that we forget who we are, and we end up getting hurt at the middle of the night. You are alone in your house, and you have no idea of who you have been the whole day, because you have been there pleasing people. You have been there allowing people to make you feel like you're not worth of a lot of things, which is not okay. Because people will make you do a lot of stuff, will make you feel, if you allow them, that is, if you allow people to make you feel like you're shitty as hell, then that's how you're gonna feel. If you allow people to make you feel like you're not enough for yourself, that is how you are gonna be. If you allow people projections to get in your head, that is how you are gonna be, because you have the energy, you have the power to block, unfriend, unfollow anybody who makes you feel less of who you are. And on your 20s, we just spend a lot of times thinking of how we want to please people, thinking of how we want the world to change, which is okay. And you feel alone a lot of times, and you have no idea of where to start. So I'm gonna tell you this: start with just simple things. Stop putting yourself in a lot of pressure. Number two, don't allow people to make you feel like you being yourself isn't the best version of yourself. And number three, stop wasting your time with unnecessary drama or unnecessary stuff, or trying to build a relationship that isn't working. Doesn't matter what kind of a relationship it is. Stop wasting your 20s and just do something with yourself. Try to find yourself, try to just discover yourself, and stop wasting your energy with all the things that aren't even important onto your life, or they aren't even helping you in any way in your life. So stop wasting your 20s, and stop allowing people to feed their thoughts onto you, because you have the capability to block, unfollow, even unfriend anybody who makes you feel like you're not enough for yourself. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. It has been an amazing time, and we just here vibing and just having a good time. But I'm gonna be making another video talking about this, because this, I feel like this is a conversation that we should be having for the longest time. Anyway, guys, I'm so grateful that you made your time to come out and hang out with me. I don't take that for granted. I'm grateful. Literally, I am really grateful. Thank you so much. And if you haven't checked the rest of my episodes on What Goes Unsaid podcast, it's somewhere on my YouTube channel. So make sure you find them and you watch them, and you let me know in the comments below what you think about. And yes, and I also have good news for you today, guys. So I was thinking, not that I was thinking about it that much, but if you have any idea, or if you have any topic or any content you want me to do for you, I just want you to let me know in the comment below what kind of topics you want me to talk about next. It will be very helpful for me and for you too, because we are here to help each other. We are here to just make life much better than it is. We're here to make ourselves feel good, and to just escape a little bit and to just have bold conversation. So let me know in the comments below what you would like me to do next. And yes, I will do them. I promise I will. Literally, I will. So yes, guys, it has been an amazing time. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna see you on my next video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share if this content helps you in any way. Just share with your friends, with your family members, with your whoever. Just share with them. Thank you, guys. See you on the next video.